All right, before I start sewing, I'm going to tell you what I'm trying. I decided to run a little bit of this glue stick along the line, and then I just pressed the edge of the ruffle into that glue. Let's see. My machine might not like that. I don't know. We're going to find out. All right, so I just have mine's a 2.5 millimeter stitch. I think that's going to be equivalent to a 12, so let me change it to a 2 millimeter. And I don't know if you can see on my machine, I have a foot where the thread access is all the way over here on the left. The benefit of that is that my fabric isn't going to want to try to sneak up into the middle. You know, some feet have a V right here. And yesterday I was sewing on one of those, and that fabric kept wanting to sneak up in there. Now I'm sewing in the round, so all I have to do is just make sure this isn't sneaking up underneath there, getting caught. Right, so I'm just going to sew my way along. I did not run the glue all the way down because I didn't feel I needed it once I got that far. I believe I'm going to like the glue. Now, I just went off that ruffle a little bit, so I'm going to back up. And you'll see I've used white thread, that's fine. This is the first one where I had to do that, so oh well. Accidents happen. Again, it's really not going to be noticed. It's not a big deal. When we get to the bottom, again, we don't want to attach it all the way down there. I'm going to do a back stitch because in this location, this would be what I would call a stress point, and I always back stitch at a stress point. We didn't need to do that up at the top because that's not going to be a stress point. We're going to have stitching coming across that, and this does not matter. Now, this is where I want to talk about this top ruffle just a little bit. This will get turned down like so. And then we're going to, and all of them will be like that. We'll tuck them way down. Then we're going to do 2 rows of gathering stitch along the top once all the ruffles are on, so that we can gather this in to fit our waistband. And I apologize, I didn't mention the waistband is going to be a 4-inch by, I'm going to have to verify that. I'll have all of those measurements in the description below so that you have them as well. Anyway, I didn't mention that earlier, and now I don't remember it. I cut too many of them yesterday and already forgot. So at this point, I'm ready to do the next ruffle. And like I say, I did just a little bit of this on here. Of course, I was working on my table, which was flat. Working on the sewing machine's a little less than ideal. The next color in my lineup, Roy G. Biv, red, orange. I always have to do that. Thankfully, they taught me that in school, so I have that to lean on. All right, so I'll lay this on here. I'm going to scoot to the bottom because it matters. I know where I have to end, and so I'm going to make that arrangement first before I do anything. And remember, we want them draping below. All right. I did cut my green a little longer than the 9.5 inches. Mine is actually 10 1/4. So I'm not having quite as much gathering through here. You will. If you're doing the 9.5 inch, you will have some little tiny tucks that you're going to make, or frequently if you just mash that in there, it will smooth out. But if it doesn't smooth out, this is a project where you're not going to sweat the small stuff. So you can see how close I am running to the edge, which is exactly why I ran off the edge, but we don't want to stitch down too much of it. Enough to be secure. That's the main thing here. All right, now I'm down there at the bottom. Back stitch and cut. So I'm going to continue doing that all the way around until I have a ruffle on every one of my lines, and then we'll come back and do our gathering stitch together.